Some arguments are not arguments at all. Some arguments are confessions. The night my wife Claire stood in our kitchen and screamed those words at me was the night I understood exactly what our marriage had become. Not a partnership, not a union, a transaction. One she felt comfortable enough to finally say out loud. "You have done absolutely nothing for me," she screamed. Face red, eyes blazing, 7 years of apparent resentment pouring out of her in one sentence. Nothing. You sit there with your calm face and your quiet voice, and you contribute nothing to this marriage. Nothing emotionally, nothing physically. You are nothing, David. I looked at my wife, thought about the mortgage I paid alone every month, the car note in her name that I covered without complaint, the credit cards she used freely that arrived at the end of every month on my desk, her parents, her father's medical bills I'd been quietly settling for 2 years without ever making her feel indebted, her mother's rent in that apartment across town that she didn't know I knew about, thought about all of it, said none of it. "That's okay," I said. She stared at me, chest heaving, waiting for the explosion that didn't come. "That's it," she said. "That's all you have to say." "That's all," I said. I folded my newspaper, stood up. "Good night, Claire." I went to bed. She stood in that kitchen for a long time. I could hear her from upstairs, the confused silence of a woman who had prepared herself for a war and found nobody willing to fight her. I lay in the dark and made decisions. Quietly, methodically, the way I've done everything my entire life. The next morning, I was at my bank when it opened at 9 a.m. I sat across from my account manager and spoke clearly and without emotion. "I need to remove Claire Morrison from all joint accounts, effective immediately. I need the supplementary cards on my accounts cancelled. All of them. Today." "Of course, Mr. Morrison. Is there anything else?" "Yes," I said. "I need to speak to someone about redirecting certain standing orders. Her parents' rent, her father's medical payment plan, 3 other recurring transfers that had been flowing silently from my account into the infrastructure of Claire's life for years. All of it. Stopped. I was home by 11 a.m. Claire was still asleep. I stood in the doorway of our bedroom and looked at her for a moment. Then I went to my office and called my attorney. "Richard, David Morrison, I need divorce papers drawn up, as comprehensive as possible." "David, is everything is fine," I said. "I just need them ready. I'll explain the full picture when I come in. I can have something preliminary ready by end of week." "Tomorrow would be better," I said. Silence. "Tomorrow it is," Richard said. I hung up and went about my day. Claire left the house at around noon. Shopping, lunch with friends, the comfortable rhythms of a woman who has never had to think about where the money comes from. I watched her car pull out of the driveway. Then I called her father. "Mr. Adkins, it's David. David, how are you, son?" The word son hit me somewhere I didn't expect. Gerald Adkins was a decent man, hardworking, proud, the kind of man who would be devastated to know his daughter had stood in my kitchen the night before and told me I was nothing. "I'm well, sir," I said. "I'm calling because I wanted to give you some advance notice. The payments I've been making toward your medical plan and Margaret's apartment are going to stop at the end of this month. I wanted to make sure you had time to make alternative arrangements." Silence. "David," he said carefully. "What's happened?" "Nothing permanent yet," I said. "But things are changing and I wanted you to hear it from me directly rather than be caught off guard. Does Claire know you're calling me?" "No, sir," I said. "But she will soon enough." He was quiet for a moment. "Son, whatever is happening between you two, I hope you know that Claire—" "Mr. Adkins," I said gently, "I have a great deal of respect for you, which is exactly why I'm calling. Please use this month to make arrangements." I hung up. She came home at 6:47 p.m., arms full of shopping bags, laughing on the phone. The complete ease of someone who had said everything she needed to say the night before and moved on without consequence. She didn't notice anything different. Not that evening. The following morning at 11:23 a.m., my phone rang. "Claire." "David, there's something wrong with my card." "Is there?" I said. The Visa isn't working. I thought it was the machine, so I tried the MasterCard, and that one isn't working either. A short laugh. Still not alarmed. Still assuming this was a banking error. A technical glitch. Something that had nothing to do with her. Can you call the bank? I'm at the store and it's embarrassing. They cancelled them, I said. Silence. What? She said. I cancelled the cards, I said. Yesterday morning. You... She stopped. David, what are you talking about? Why would you cancel? You told me I've done absolutely nothing for you, I said. I decided to take you at your word. That was an argument. People say things in arguments. You can't just... I also stopped the transfers to your parents, I said. Your father's medical payments and your mother's rent. I called your father yesterday to give him notice. The silence that followed was a completely different quality from the one before it. You called my father, she said. Her voice had changed entirely. The casual irritation replaced by something slower and more frightened. He deserved notice, I said. He's a good man. David, there's an envelope on the kitchen counter, I said. It was delivered this morning while you were upstairs. She said nothing. Divorce papers, I said. I'd suggest you read them carefully. You're not serious, she breathed. I've never been more serious about anything, I said. I'm not signing anything, she said, her voice hardening now, finding its footing. You can't just cancel cards and call my parents and file for divorce because of one argument. That's insane. I'll get my own attorney and we'll see how serious you are when we start dividing assets. I almost smiled. That should be an interesting conversation, I said, with your attorney. Why? Because when your attorney starts looking for assets in my name, I said, they're going to find very little. The house is in my father's name, has been since he transferred it 8 years ago. The cars are both under my company, which is registered under my brother as majority shareholder. The accounts you were on have been emptied and restructured. I paused. What's mine has always been carefully placed, Claire. I've been a methodical man my entire life. You just never paid enough attention to notice. Dead silence. You planned this, she whispered. I made preparations, I said. There's a difference. When? When did you... Does it matter? I said. The papers are on the counter. I'd suggest getting your own attorney as quickly as possible. And Claire? What? She said flatly. You should probably call your parents, I said. They're going to need your help this month. I hung up. She called 63 more times that day. I answered twice. Both times I said the same thing. Read the papers. Call your attorney. The divorce took 4 months. Her attorney did exactly what I told her they would. Searched for assets. Found nothing in my name worth fighting over. Claire had walked into that marriage with nothing, and the law could only divide what existed. She signed, moved into her mother's apartment across town. The same apartment her mother could no longer afford now that the transfers had stopped. I heard through mutual friends that she'd gone back to work for the first time in 5 years. That she'd called her father crying the week the papers were signed. That Gerald Adkins had told her quietly and without drama that she had made her bed. I never spoke to her again after the day the divorce was finalized. Didn't need to. She told me I was nothing. I simply showed her what nothing looked like.
She thought he was sleeping. Baby was just studying. The house not in his name, the cars not in his name, the accounts already restructured. And she called 63 times. 63. And she was busy shopping. She told this man he has done nothing, and she showed her exactly what nothing looked like. No cards, no transfers, no mama's rent, no mercy. My dad is drop a location in the comments and tell me, did David do too much, or did Claire end every single one of those 63 missed calls? I would love to hear from you. Bye.